Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to week three. This is the week three video update. I have a few things we want to go over during this video session. First, I want to discuss week three, what we have due this week. Then I want to go into a little bit of next week in the midterm exam, because I'm sure you are going to have some questions on that. And then finally, I want to go over a few clarifications regarding the assignments, the WCG assignments, as well as the John Hattie research paper. I've gotten a few emails on that. So I want to address a few of those things as well, and see if we can put some of your concerns to rest, okay? So first, let's go over week three and take a look at what we have this week. Week three started officially yesterday and runs through the 17th, next Monday. We have begun our Leverage Leadership Chapter 1. So your week three discussion forum will be on that text and that chapter this week. That was updated this morning. And I posted the question that I want you to address in the discussion forum. So you're going to identify and briefly summarize those key elements and those key points of the Leverage Leadership Chapter 1, and then address the response question that I have posted for you in there. You guys have been doing a great job with that. The discussions that I've been reading the past few weeks have been very thoughtful in addressing the issues and looking at these issues from the lens of an educational leader. So great job with that. Keep going with that, okay? Then our WCG assignment, the student learning results for this week. So there's been a little bit of confusion with this. Again, most of you have already done something in the WCG website. Somebody emailed me and said they did the tutorial last August and couldn't find the evidence of doing the tutorial. Well, that's not really the concern. The concern is that is to ensure that you have access, you know how to use the website. So many of you posted for this past week that with the inventory, you posted the student learning results. That is fine. That shows me that you have access, you know how to use the website. So for week three, due on the 17th, it's the WCG student learning results. So many of you have already done that. Please do me a favor, go into Chalk and Wire, and if you already did this for week two, please be sure to do it for this particular assignment in week three, so that when I go into Chalk and Wire to assess that, it's there. I think it's a lot easier for you all to go in and post that again if you've already posted your WCG student learning results than it is for me to go back and forth between 15 different students and try and figure out who posted what. So do me a favor for week three, if you already posted your WCG student learning results in lieu of the inventory for last week, please do that again for week three. Also, please do it in Chalk and Wire. There seems to be a communication issue between the portal and Chalk and Wire. Some of the posts in the portal are not updating in Chalk and Wire, and some are. I'm not sure exactly why. So it's easiest for me to be able to assess in Chalk and Wire, give you your grade there, and then go to the portal and give the grade there, rather. So go ahead and post that WCG student learning results in Chalk and Wire for me this week, okay? So I hope that clarifies some of the confusion between the two. Again, that week two assignment was just to make sure and have some evidence that you have access to the website and that you've been in it and know how to work through it. And then week three is the student learning results. Again, for week two, if you posted your student learning results as evidence of being able to access the website, that's fine. You got credit for that week two. Just post those same learning results in week three in Chalk and Wire for this particular assignment, and that would be very helpful. Okay, so that's all that's due for this week. Week three. Moving on to week four and discussing the midterm exam. The midterm exam is going to be on DataWise chapters 1 through 4 and on Leverage Leadership chapter 1. So I'm in communication with Dr. Richmond. He was the developer of this particular course in the portal. So he and I are in communications regarding the the midterm exam that will be next week. The midterm exam will be open on Tuesday. You will have 4 days to complete it, Friday the 21st by 11:55. So you have a few days to get that done and taken care of. Again, it won't open until Tuesday the 18th, which is the beginning of week 4. So a couple areas that I would focus on as far as studying for it. Obviously, the chapters that you've read is where the bulk or the majority of the information is going to come from. The chapter outlines that have been posted in the portal may be helpful for that and give you a little more narrow focus on what to look for. The second area that we'll be pulling some information from will be from the discussion postings in the forum. This obviously will be course specific. He'll pull a few questions from the discussion forum in his class, and likewise I will do the same for our class. So make sure that you are reading those, responding to those. Pay attention to the questions that are being posed. There may be something in the midterm exam that has to do with that. So again, the midterm, I would make sure you're obviously looking at those outlines for chapters 1 through 4 in DataWise, and then chapter 1 in Leverage Leadership, as well as the discussion forum questions that are being posed there. Okay. Again, that'll open up on Tuesday the 18th, and you'll have to have that finished by Friday the 21st at 11:55. I believe that's the correct date. Okay. All right. So that is week 3, week 4 midterm. All right. I had a few questions on the John Hattie paper. Again, this is your warning to get going on that. This is a very condensed course, 8 weeks. We're in week 3 now, so we've got, 6 weeks left, and still a number of assignments to complete. So I would get going on that research. Again, I think once you've got the research compiled, with all that information in front of you, and get going writing, I think it'll pretty much write itself, but it's just getting started and compiling all that information and doing the research. So I want to direct you to the rubric in Chalk and Wire, which is where I'm going to go right now, and see if we can address some of the concerns there, see if we can provide more clarity. I'm not sure if you knew that the rubric for your assignments was in Chalk and Wire, but just in case you did not know, if you click on the menu on the left-hand side and you go down to Assessments, actually, incorrect. You go down to Curriculum, and then you go down to Assessment Instruments. You will see in the second column the name of courses. And then right after the name of the course will be the assignment. So if you scroll on down to EDU 6550, the John Hattie research paper, and click on View, you'll be able to see that rubric and look at exactly what I'm going to be looking for with these papers. So just going through the rubric, of course I'm going to be looking at, there are 4 areas in which I will be taking a look and assessing. Of course I'm going to be looking first for mastery. So as I go through this, I'm going to be looking at the 3, or the mastery. So the mastery says that you provide 7 or more examples of research-based practices from John Hattie's work on influences and effect sizes related to student achievement. Again, this is just the minimum. For mastery, it would be 7 or more. Do you have to do exactly 7? No. The more the better, and that will get you a 3 for that. Then we look at the description of impact on ed leadership. And 3, mastery says comprehensively describe how his work could impact his or her role in decision making as a future school leader. So we're looking up the research-based practices, and then we're going to apply it practically as if you were a research, or if you were an educational leader, if you were a principal, assistant principal, or a district administrator. How might those practices that you've identified and briefly explained in the previous pages, how could they impact the decisions that you make on a daily basis? Okay. Then, of course, going down to number 3, APA formatting. Again, I'll be looking at those things. That's something that you may want to send your paper to me early for. I am by no means an APA expert, but I do have certain things that I do look for. If you want to send that to me, I can take a look at that for you. All right, and then finally, it needs to be a minimum of 5 pages in length. Okay, so pretty simply, if you spend a paragraph or so on each of the research-based practices, 7 paragraphs, 8 or 9 paragraphs on the identifying the practices piece of this, and then go to a few more paragraphs of how this can impact the decision making of an educational leader, you've got your 5 pages there. Okay. I hope that helped clarify some of the questions out there. I've only had 1 or 2 emails on this, so I think most of you understood what was being asked of you here. But if you do have any other questions, again, don't hesitate to give me a call or text me first. Let me know you want to chat, and then we'll arrange a time to have a phone appointment. Okay. All right. So that's the next few weeks in a nutshell. That's the John Hattie research paper. If you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, don't hesitate to contact me. Let's see here. I think that's all I wanted to address at this point. All right. That's it. Good luck on week 3, and we will chat later. Bye-bye.